All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory as always be unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakaha Kwadash, which is the Paleo Hebrew for the name of the Heavenly Father being Yahweh, and that of his Son being Yahweh Shai, the only names in which salvation could be obtained, whether you could receive it or not. I'd like to give double honors to the elders and the apostles at GMS Grand Millstone, and through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, rule all of the nation of Israel well today. Once again, whether you could receive that or not, and peace, love, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect of the house of Israel who are pushing this truth in truth and sincerity, and in charity, and in faith. All right, and who are able to receive these things that are needful for salvation, man. All right, and part of that is, coming out of the world, man. Coming out of the world and, taking on these bonds of being in this truth. All right, and I say bonds because, that's exactly what it's likened to, man. And we're going to go ahead and get right into it here in the book of Sirach. This is Sirach 6, also known as Ecclesiasticus 6 and 23. It says, "Give ear, my son, receive my advice, refuse not my counsel." All right, because the words that are being poured out here are the words of wisdom, man. Okay, let me go on. It says, "Give ear, my son, receive my advice, and refuse not of my counsel." Verse 24, "And put thy feet into her fetters, and thy neck into her chain." Right? And the her it's referring to is wisdom, man. All right, like I said, likened unto bonds. All right, because when you come into this thing, man, you become a servant for the sake of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. You think Jonah wanted to do what he wanted to do, man? No, he tried to run from it. But you see, the Most High controls everything, man. Yahweh controls all. All right, so, there ain't nothing that could be, of our will, that we're going to be able to bring to pass if it ain't of the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, you got to humble yourself down and strive to receive the glory, man. All right, we gotta fight for the crown, man. Let me go ahead and go on. It says, which it ain't gonna be no walk in the park. All right, verse 25. It says, "Bow down thy shoulder and bear her, and be not grieved with her bonds." Yep, and this reminds me of Yahweh Shai said it. He said, "Any man who is not willing to bear up this cross after me is not worthy to be called my servant, man." Okay, so if you ain't trying to pick up these bonds and do what we got to do, all right, pushing this truth and making yourself an example unto the elect, all right, then you're not going to be justified, man. Okay, we got to humble ourselves down, come out of this place of pride, man. We've been built up in this place, in this wicked kingdom, in which your pride rules over you, man. Pride in your emotions. That's what everybody's ruled over these days, man. So out of this whole way that you were brought up, you got to cast all that off, man. You got to become a new man. That's why Yahweh Shai refers to it as being reborn. All right. Verse 26, "Come unto her with thy whole heart, and keep her ways with all thy power. Search and seek." Search and seek, and she shall be made known unto thee. And when thou hast hold of her, let her not go. Verse 28. "For at the last thou shalt find her rest, and thou shalt be turned to thy joy." So you see, man, in order to be glorified, you must first, have to take part in this suffering, man. All right, we're debtors to this truth, man. All right, Yahweh didn't have to send Yahweh Shai to take up a sacrifice for the elect, man. All right, you see, we're debtors, okay? Because really, all of us are deserving of death, man. We broke the first covenant, and that was justification to destroy us, man. All right, so for us to be able to be called into this truth, man, we begin as debtors, okay? You take on these chains and you follow the same walk that Yahweh Shai made, man. Yahweh Shai being the perfect example, man. Let's go ahead and jump on to the next step here. And try to, kind of bring this into a full circle, man, kind of get the understanding of the balance here. This is 1 Corinthians 7 in verse 21. It reads, "Art thou called, being a servant, care not for it? But if thou mayest be made free, use it rather." Right, so are you called being a servant? Don't care for it. And it's going to explain it, verse 22. "For he that is called in the master, all right, being a servant, is the master's free men, right? And the master is referring to be Yahushua, man. All right, going all the way up to Yahweh. Okay, so let me read that again. For he that is called in Yahweh, being a servant, is Yahweh's free man. Likewise also, he that is called, being free, is Hamashiach's servant. Ye are bought with a price, be ye not the servants of men. You see, we're not servants of men, but we're servants of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, man. We're called, and when we're called, we're made free to this world. Why is it that you're made free to this world, man? Because you're not worried about these vain matters that the world is worried about, man. All right, you're not worrying about, what the world's gonna look like, tomorrow, and how you're gonna cease the top-notch position in your company, and get your little American dream, which is no longer even a ability. All right, but all this madness that you were once chasing after and stressing out about, you're made free from it, man. All right, and that's why we like you said up above here. All right, art thou called being a servant, care not for it. All right, because we're the servants of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, man. We only do what we got to do on our day-to-day, job or basis, just to give ourselves our daily bread, man. But you see, the spirit are the things that matter now. You see, but now we've become bondmen in the spirit. We become bondmen to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, man. Okay, go ahead and jump on to the next step here. This is Romans 6:18. Being then made free from sin, ye became the servant of righteousness. You see that? Being made free from sin. So you see, we were made free from the flesh, man. All right, but we're the servant of righteousness. All right, you were once in a place in especially in Moses' law, man, where you had to be perfect in the flesh. But now Yahweh Shai took up that sacrifice, and that's why we're debtors, man. That's why we're debtors, and that's why we're a servant of righteousness, man. So you see, you don't get it twisted, man. A lot of guys come into this thing with pride and thinking that they're the kings because they know who they are, and we are kings, man. But have you seen a king beg, man? You see, we're not glorified yet. All right, now it's the time to strive for it, man. It's the time to take on those yokes, those chains, and carry the cross after Yahweh Shai, man. This is 1 Corinthians 9:19. For though I be free from all men, right? I be free from all men. Ain't no Edomite's going to come up to you and tell you, hey, you got to do 1,000 push-ups and eat this pork. Well, you really don't got to do that, man. Because that, what's he going to do if you say no? He's just going to fire you. You got to go get another job, man. You see, but it says, yet have I made myself a servant unto all, that I might gain the more. You see, he's made a servant unto all. So if he's not a servant of no man, but yet he's a servant unto all, what's that mean, man? That means that he took on the burden, okay, and took up this cross just like Yahweh Shai, man. Giving up his life. That's why we give salutations to the Akyam, man, in the beginning of the videos. Giving up their lives for this truth, man. Giving up their lives for this, for Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, just like Yahweh Shai did, man. All right? Became a servant unto all. That's what Yahweh Shai did, man. Yahweh Shai took on that sacrifice for Israel. You see, and we're over here pushing this thing, which ultimately, the elect salvation is gonna bring the salvation of the 2/3 as well, man. All of Israel is gonna be healed through the salvation of the elect. Okay, so really, in a sense, man, we became a servant unto all. So you have no place to be proud in this thing, man. You see, and you have no choice in it either. You can't make a choice to be a servant, and you can't make a choice not to be a servant, man. It's all up to the Most High. I thought about that when that movie, The Life of Pi, came out. And on there's a part in there, where he's stranded and he loses all hope. And he throws his hands up to the Most High, and he, screams to him and says, I'm your vessel. I'm giving my life to you. Since I'm going to die anyway, I'm giving it to you. Whatever you do with me, I'm gonna make sure that I push your message, or you follow you. I mean, he didn't say it in these exact words, but he did say, I'm your vessel, and what have you. But these guys get pushed to the point of where they're dead anyway, and then they're willing to give it up, man. And you don't have that choice. You see, Jonah didn't want to do it, man. Using that example again. All right, and then you have on the contrary, you had Judas. You see, this ain't our show, man. We just follow right along and do what we're told. This is 2 Corinthians 4:5. For we preach not ourselves, but Hamashiach, Yahushai, our master, and ourselves, your servants, for Yahushai's sake. Right, ourselves. What did he refer to them as? Your servants. He's speaking to the church of Corinth, and he's telling the church of Corinth that he is their servant, man. You see that, man? In a sense, we all serve one another, doing these videos and providing these spiritual meals, these spiritual breakdowns, man. All right. This is the book of Luke, chapter 14, in verse 26. And it reads, if any man come to me and hate not his father and his mother and his wife and his children and brethren and sisters, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. What's that mean? Does that mean you actually got to go, write hate letters to these people? You got to go tell them how much they've drove you crazy for your whole life? No. This is basically what this is getting into, man. Because obviously you have the scriptures telling you honor your mother and your father. You don't hate the mother of your youth. So on and so forth. But what this is getting into, man, you're gonna have to cast these things off. You might have had relationships with certain individuals in your family. You're gonna have to push these things off, man. These things are no longer a priority when you come into this truth, man, because you become a servant for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. Your main priority is to glorify Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man, and to serve him. Okay? Going on verse 27, it says, and whosoever doeth not bear his cross, right, bear his cross, bear the cross of Yahushai, all right, and come after me, cannot be my disciple. So you see, man, you're gonna have to put your head down, humble yourself down, and serve Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man, whithersoever way he points you to, man. And just listen to the Spirit, man. If you get a certain feeling pushing you a certain way, man, go with it. Sometimes brothers cast lots. We've had a few miracles, minor miracles, so to speak, happen recently within the camp where brothers were casting lots, and they would cast them, around 4 times, and every time it would be the same answer. Which, the odds of that are slim to none, man. But it just shows you, the power in casting these lots, man. But, with that, Lord willing, this is edifying. Just a quick hitter regarding, our position within this thing, man. But, Lord willing, the elect are edified, man. To those that are offended, let them be cut up, man. Give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua B'Shem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles. Peace, love, blessings, and salutations to the elect. Shalom.